So one of the things that I do is I work closely with entrepreneurs from Ukraine to help them scale their organizations. And one of the companies that I support is called Mood.ua. They're a corporate gifting organization. And it's a relatively small startup, about 50 people, run by two phenomenal women that, they encounter tremendous challenges on a daily basis. As you can imagine, for this type of business, Q4 is a huge quarter for them. About 70% of their business is done in Q4. But at the same time, that's the most challenging time of the year for people living in Ukraine. No electricity, no hot water. They also have to ship goods all around the world. Some of the goods are being bombed, right, while being transported. People are taken, right, to go to the front lines from day one from this day to the next day. So just the amount of challenges that they face every day is enormous. And it makes me think, obviously, us as VP of sales, as leaders, there's so many challenges that we encounter every day, right? And they're difficult, they're hard. But when you put that into perspective of what these two founders encounter every day, right? Calling me and saying, hey, so our biggest package is being bombed right now. Like, we have to figure it out. Plan B, here is the plan B. They already come prepared. They already know what to do next. For them, this is a normality, right? This kind of challenges, they're so immune to the difficulties that they don't think this is so unfortunate. They already say, we have to have a plan B. This is what we are going to do. They just roll with the punches. And it's amazing to see that, right? It's very rewarding. And for anybody who, obviously, each person has their own tolerance towards difficulties, right? But we have problems that are quite manageable and something that majority of times we can control. And I often think about those two founders, that the amount of problems that they encounter every day that they can't control, but they still find a way to manage them with things they can control is really amazing. And it makes me wake up every day and say, okay, I can do this. I can do this better than the So just it puts us into perspective about our own difficulties and challenges. Right?
It must be
Mm,
quite
mm,
humbling, right? Because
mm.
that's proper grit and
Yeah.
resourcefulness and consistency. And really what we talk about a lot of the time we overuse the words grit really in sales because we mean make a few more calls and do a bit more work. But that's like a level of like a locus of control there. There's all this stuff I can't control in the world. If I let that affect my mood and my energy, then I won't achieve anything. So what is in my locus of control so that my attitude and my
Absolutely.
behavior affects the outcome rather than the world's situations affect my world. I wonder what you're thinking about there.
Yeah, no, I think, Richard, the most important thing that I've realized is if you do something that you enjoy, that you see impact, right? The level of grit increases, right? And the second thing is you don't know how much you can handle until
Mm,
you hit it. And I don't think any of us have hit that norm, right? Um, and I think even for myself, just making the decision. I have two kids under 3. I'm going to be moving to Barcelona on my own, thankfully with my mom, who's been a big help. Some people might think I'm crazy, and probably they're not far from that, right? But the thing is, you don't know how much you can handle until you try, right? And the
mm,
most important thing is just to be open-minded, to be able to try, right? And things will be tough. Things are always tough at first, no matter what you do, the beginning will be tough, right? But if you can be able to sustain it and say, it will be tough for now, but each day it's going to get better, right? Each day it's going to get easier. Then you kind of understand, wait, I actually can do this, right?
mm.
Oftentimes I think we don't put ourselves in that situation to try. And that's why we don't know how much we can handle. And that's what I see with the girls, right? They're so brave. They say, well, this is the new normal. Now I have to operate in this new normal. Unfortunately, they didn't put themselves into that. It was kind of, they were enforced to that. But then you understand, I like what I do, and this is the challenge. I'm going to handle it. Like your level of grit increases. I think that the lesson is always put yourself out there, all right, and see how much you can do, because you'll be impressed how much more you can do than you think. And I've learned that firsthand last year.
That's
Incredible.
amazing.
Incredible.